Well, today is a beautiful day out there, huh? And when this kind of weather comes, we start to think about maybe cookouts. Is anyone going to have a cookout today after First Communion? Some are. Good. What do you think the hardest job is at a cookout?
Not burning the food.
Right, not burning the food. I can't do that. No one lets me go near a grill. But it's the person at the grill that has to do the hardest work, don't they? And they don't get to eat until everybody's hamburger or hot dog is done just the way they like it, right? And plus, in the process of cooking, they're in front of a hot grill, there's smoke coming up in their eyes and maybe grease splattering on their new shirt. Who knows? But it's the hardest job, the grill man, huh? Well, if we listened carefully to the gospel today, who was the grill man?
Jesus.
Jesus. The disciples were on the Sea of Galilee. I think the gospel said it was the Lake of Tiberias. It has a lot of names. The Lake of Gennesaret, the Sea of Galilee, the Sea of Tiberias. But it's a beautiful freshwater lake. It's 14 miles long and 7 miles across. And this is where Jesus, on its western shore, kind of lived with his disciples, huh? And we hear that his disciples were out fishing all night. And if you go to the Sea of Galilee, even today, and you look out about 11 or 12 at night, you'll see all the fishing boats out there, because that's when they fish. Because they use nets today, just like they did in the days of Jesus. And at night, the fish can't see the nets, so they are more likely to have a good catch, huh? So we hear the disciples were fishing all night long, and now Jesus welcomes them into shore, and they see a charcoal fire. And what was he cooking? Did anyone listen carefully to that? What was he cooking?
Fish.
Absolutely, he was cooking fish and bread, huh? Grilling that for them. Why? And you know, the thing that surprises me is that the disciples come in, they see Jesus cooking, and no one says, "Hey, Jesus, when did you learn how to cook?" Huh? Because obviously, Jesus did this often for his disciples. Remember, he said, if you're the master, act like you're the servant, huh? Don't laud your authority over other people. Instead, pitch in. And so Jesus practiced what he preached. And when his disciples were hungry, Jesus rolled up his sleeves and he cooked for them on this grill, at least this day, but probably many other days as well. So we see in that Jesus' love. He loved his disciples. He cared about them. He knew they were tired and hungry after working all night, and he wanted to take care of their needs, huh? But then we hear Jesus have a conversation with Peter, and he starts to talk about us, you and me, all of us here today. He's looking to the future, and he knows he's going to have a lot more than just 12 disciples, huh? He's going to have hundreds of thousands of disciples over the course of the years in every generation. And that includes all of us, because we are what? How do we first become a disciple of Jesus? By what sacrament? What sacrament do we become a disciple?
Holy Communion.
Not quite. Something before First Communion, something maybe we don't remember much about. What do you say?
When you get baptized?
Yes, when you get baptized. So Jesus is thinking of all the baptized, and he's thinking about us, how we're going to sometimes be very weary, that we're going to be tired, that in trying to follow him, we're going to need some strength. And so we hear him tell Peter something. Peter, who he has left in charge of all the disciples, he says, do what? Did you hear that?
Do you love me?
Oh, yes, he asked him if he loved him. And Peter said what?
Yes.
Yes. And then Jesus said, well, if you love me, do something for my sheep. Did you hear that? What did he say? Okay, the same people are raising their hands. I know some of you others also heard the same thing. What did he ask Peter and all the disciples to do for his sheep? Okay, well, okay, a new hand. That's good. Great. What did he ask?
Watch them?
He said, tend them, yes, but he also said,
Feed them?
feed them, okay? And that's why we are here today, because all these generations later, you are the flock of Jesus because you've been baptized. And Jesus loves you as much as he loves the original disciples. Jesus cares for you the way he cared for those original disciples. And he wants to make sure that you have the food you need to be strong. And what is that food that he's going to give you? What's he going to give you today?
Host?
He's going to give the host. And what's the host? Okay, or you want to, what's the host?
Jesus.
Thank you. It looks like bread, but it's really Jesus, And the food that we might enjoy at a cookout or we might have every day is food that strengthens our bodies, and keeps us alive, right? But this food that is the host does what? It strengthens our what? What do you think it strengthens?
Our souls.
Thank you very much. Our souls. Because once we're baptized, Jesus comes to live in our souls, and it's his life in us that if we take care of it, will last forever, even beyond this world. So, today, you're receiving the host, you're receiving Jesus, just as he asked on that day along the Sea of Galilee, and he's going to strengthen you to be able to live in him and with him and through him, not only today, but for the rest of your lives. So let us give thanks to God for such a great gift as you receive this food because he loves you.